A marvel carved in stone. Introduction to Lalibela. High above the Ethiopian landscape, a remarkable sight comes into view. From the air, it's as if the earth itself has been sculpted into intricate patterns. But these are no natural formations. These are the Lalibela Churches, a collection of rock-hewn wonders that have captivated visitors for centuries. Carved directly into the volcanic tuff rock, these monolithic churches seem to defy logic. Their roofs are level with the ground, while their bases plunge deep into the earth. From above, only their cruciform shapes and intricate details hint at the architectural marvels that lie below. The Lalibela Churches are not just architectural wonders, but living monuments to faith and human ingenuity. As we begin our exploration of these remarkable structures, we'll uncover the history, mystery, and enduring significance of one of Ethiopia's most treasured sites. The story of the Lalibela Churches begins with a man and a dream. King Lalibela, who ruled Ethiopia in the late 12th and early 13th centuries, was a devout Christian with a grand vision. He sought to create a new Jerusalem in his homeland, a holy site that would rival the importance of the original Jerusalem. Legend has it that I was inspired by a divine vision. In this vision, I was instructed to build a series of churches unlike any the world had seen before. These churches would not be but built from the ground up, but rather carved from the very bedrock of the land. By creating a new Jerusalem in Ethiopia, King Lalibela sought to provide his people with a holy site of their own, one that would strengthen their faith and unite the kingdom. The churches would incorporate elements of Ethiopian architecture and symbolism, resulting in structures that were at once familiar and entirely new. The Lalibela complex consists of 11 churches, each a masterpiece in its own right. These churches are divided into two main groups, with the 11th church standing apart. The northern group consists of 6 churches, while the southern group contains 4. Each church has its own unique features and design, showcasing the diversity of architectural styles employed by the ancient craftsmen. One of the most striking aspects of these churches is their monolithic nature. Unlike traditional churches that are built from the ground up, the Lalibela churches were carved from a single piece of rock. The craftsmen began at the roof level and worked their way down, gradually hollowing out the interior spaces. This technique resulted in structures that appear to grow organically from the earth, their exteriors blending seamlessly with the surrounding landscape. Despite being carved from solid rock, they feature all the elements of traditional church architecture. Together, these 11 churches form a remarkable ensemble that continues to inspire awe and reverence. Among the 11 churches of Lalibela, one stands out as particularly remarkable: Bete Georgis, or the Church of St. George. This church, carved in the shape of a Greek cross, is perhaps the most famous and photographed of all the Lalibela churches. Its unique design and near-perfect state of preservation make it a true wonder of ancient architecture. Bete Georgis stands apart from the other churches, both literally and figuratively. It is located to the west of the main northern group of churches, isolated in its own deep pit. From above, its cruciform shape is clearly visible, with the roof forming a perfect cross. The precision of this design is all the more impressive when one considers that it was carved from the top down, with no room for error. Beit Georgis is not just an architectural marvel, but also a living place of worship. Carving history. Theories on the construction of Lalibela. The construction of the Lalibela Churches remains shrouded in mystery, sparking numerous theories among historians and archaeologists. The sheer scale and precision of these structures seem almost impossible given the tools available in the 12th and 13th centuries. Yet, they stand as testament to human ingenuity and determination. One prevailing theory suggests that the churches were carved from the top down. Workers would have started at ground level, gradually carving deeper into the rock to create the church structures. This method would have allowed for precise planning and execution, as the overall shape of each church could be mapped out before the detailed carving began. Some experts propose that sophisticated tools and techniques, possibly borrowed from other civilizations, were used in the construction. The smooth surfaces and precise angles of the churches suggest a level of craftsmanship that goes beyond simple hand tools. The truth likely lies in a combination of these methods, showcasing the versatility and skill of the ancient builders. Living heritage religious practices at Lalibela. The Lalibela churches are not mere historical artifacts. They remain vibrant centers of religious life. For Ethiopian Orthodox Christians, these churches are sacred spaces, as important today as they were 800 years ago. The complex is a major pilgrimage site, drawing thousands of worshippers, especially during important religious festivals. One of the most significant events in the Lalibela calendar is Timkat, the Ethiopian Epiphany. During this celebration, which takes place in January, the churches come alive with color and sound. Priests in vibrant robes carry ornate crosses and replicas of the Ark of the Covenant in procession. The devotion of the pilgrims, the otherworldly atmosphere of the ancient churches, and the haunting melodies of the chants create a sense of timelessness. Art and symbolism in the Rock-Hewn churches. The Lalibela churches are not just architectural marvels, they are also treasure troves of religious art and symbolism. Every surface, from the exterior facades to the interior walls, tells a story. These artistic elements are not mere decorations, but integral parts of the church's spiritual significance. One of the most striking features of the churches is their elaborate crosses. These come in various forms, from simple designs carved into the rock to more ornate, freestanding crosses. Each style of cross has its own meaning and significance in Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity. The interiors of the churches are adorned with murals and frescoes depicting biblical scenes and saints. The art and symbolism of Lalibela thus serve to deepen the spiritual experience of visitors and worshippers alike. Preservation challenges protecting Lalibela for future generations. Despite having stood for over 8 centuries, the Lalibela churches face significant preservation challenges. The very qualities that make these structures unique, their carved nature and exposure to the elements, also make them vulnerable to damage. Ensuring their survival for future generations is a complex and ongoing task. One of the primary threats to the churches is weathering. The soft volcanic tuff from which they are carved is susceptible to erosion from wind and rain. Over time, this can lead to the blurring of fine details and even structural instability. Balancing the need for preservation with the desire to keep the churches accessible to worshippers and visitors is an ongoing challenge for those tasked with protecting this unique heritage site. UNESCO and conservation efforts. Recognizing the immense cultural and historical value of the Lalibela churches, UNESCO added the site to its World Heritage List in 1978. This designation has brought international attention and resources to the preservation efforts. However, the task of conserving these ancient structures remains complex and ongoing. UNESCO's involvement has led to several major conservation projects. One of the most visible of these is the installation of temporary shelters over some of the churches. These modern structures, while somewhat controversial due to their visual impact, provide crucial protection from the elements. In addition to physical protection, there have been efforts to document and study the churches using modern technology. Local involvement is crucial to these conservation efforts. The enduring legacy of Lalibela. The Lalibela Churches stand as a testament to human creativity, faith, and perseverance. For over 800 years, they have inspired wonder and devotion, serving as a spiritual beacon for Ethiopian Orthodox Christians and a source of fascination for visitors from around the world. Their legacy extends far beyond their physical presence, influencing Ethiopian culture, art, and identity. These rock-hewn wonders continue to shape our understanding of medieval architecture and engineering. They challenge our perceptions of what was possible in the 12th and 13th centuries, inviting us to reconsider the capabilities of ancient civilizations. For Ethiopia, Lalibela is more than just a historical site or tourist attraction. It is a living symbol of national pride and cultural identity. The enduring wonder of Lalibela invites us all to reflect on the power of faith, the ingenuity of our ancestors, and the importance of preserving our global cultural heritage.